connected critically to everything else that we're doing around the city and along these MBTA lines as well. The community and cultural spaces, from the Muni and the Strand Theater to our public libraries, green spaces like the Neponset River and Hunt Almont Park, business districts in Cleary and Logan Squares, along Blue Hill Ave and South Bay. By last summer, the Fairmount line had recovered 130% of its pre-COVID ridership. That's right. As of today, that number is up to 160%, so back way above what it was pre-COVID. This line is a lifeline for so many of our residents and workers. And what we're celebrating here today goes beyond just this urgently needed step to modernize the commuter rail. Cleaner air, quieter trains, more reliable subway-like service. This will transform the opportunities for our residents and all who call Boston home. We are so proud to continue working with the MBTA, the governor, Lieutenant Governor, and all our partners at the state and city to make this a success.
We are committed. I speak on behalf of Secretary Tibbits-Nutt, GMA, the LG, and our administration. We're going to do everything we can, pedal to the metal on all of this. You know, our job is to deliver things on time, under budget where we can. We've been doing that, clearing up slow zones, knocking those down, and this is a commitment we made, and we're going to see that through. And we'd love to be 2028. So we're going to work with our Keolis partners in all of that. With that, we're going to turn it over. Any questions on topic?
Governor Healey, the T is facing down a $700 million operating shortfall for its next budget next year, which it's going to have to start working on in December. It's just a few months away. Those shortfalls are projected to grow up to $1 billion a year by the end of the decade. Is your administration committed to filling that shortfall, or do these folks have to start thinking about service cuts and layoffs?
I mean, I think we've been a team that said from day one, you know, we are going to be a #1 state, and we are. We're getting a lot of #1 ratings right now. It's a place that people want to live in if they can afford it, and that's why we focused on housing. It's why we focused on transportation. You saw recently with the surtax receipts that we were able to make even more investments in transportation. You see with the help of the legislature what we were able to do in the recent budget in terms of more support for the investments. We got after it hard starting 18 months ago, hiring 1,500 workers at the T. So, you know, we're not going back. We're full steam ahead. We recognize the realities of the situation and in the financial picture, but I am committed to working with the GM, working with the Secretary, working with the board, working with the legislature to figure out the best path forward. But public transit is key to our economic growth and development, to opportunity, and to Massachusetts' competitiveness.
So we're really excited today to be here at Morton Street Station because this is the first step of electrification of our entire regional rail system. Using battery electric technology is a way to make Fairmount electrified using the available dollars. We're excited about our partners like Keolis to be able to implement this for us. But this is really the first step and leading the way as we look at electrification and decarbonization across the rest of our system, protecting the environment while we deliver more improved, robust service for the public that we serve.
They were saying that this has been planned for 25 years. So what kind of obstacles you have overcome to make this happen?
Well, a lot of times these goals are talked about. What we did is we took a look at what was our objective, and that's decarbonizing, improving safe, reliable service. And then we looked at what's available. What can we do within the means that we have today? And battery electric technology exists, and this allows us to actually reduce our infrastructure footprint, the dependence on the grid, the electrical grid, and by doing it with the dollars that we have means we could do this project now versus waiting years and years for the billions of dollars that may be needed.
The reason why you choose this line first?
Well, this corridor is 10 miles long. It's a very important corridor. As many people heard today, they've lived with diesel trains their entire lives. So not only is this corridor deserving, the people that live along it, but we also know battery technology for a 10-mile stretch, it will be successful.
So starting from when this will actually run by you?
We envision the first battery electric trains probably in the early 2028.
And then afterwards, then which one you are looking at?
Well, we're looking at all of our system, how to improve service, how to decarbonize and use this technology or full electrification. It all depends. But really, there's so many other areas that we could take this technology after we implement here. But while we're doing that, we're going to be evaluating how best to progress it on the other lines, including the Newburyport-Rockport line. The Province line has some electrification already where our colleagues at Amtrak run. So there's a lot of opportunity for us to use these particular cars once we receive them in the rest of the system.
And how about the bus?
We're excited about bus electrification too. We recently received a grant from Federal Transit Administration. We're getting 10 battery electric buses this year, and then we're expecting more next year. So that's another area where a bus carries 40% of our ridership, and we know how important bus connectivity to all these other modes is to
So
it.
those electric buses is already like running now?
And we will have them at the end of this year, and then we put right into service.
Thank you.